Hey guys, I'm back again. Today we're going to do something a little bit different. I decided to interview my wife and get her review on the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 5. Just to give you some background perspective, she's not someone who changes and change phone every 2 or 3 years, and even then she's still hesitant about it. So it's just kind of interesting to get the perspective from an actual normal everyday user who don't switch their phone every 30 days. So I figure it will be a fun little review just to see it from that perspective. But before jumping into her review, we just want to give a quick shout out to my partner Mint Mobile. They offer 5G plans for as low as $15 a month. You get access to super fast 5G data, texting, and calling, so make sure to check them out, linked in the description below. Okay, so now let's jump into my wife's review of the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 5. She was currently using the Galaxy S22. I guess with the S24 around the corner, we're approaching the 2-year mark. Kind of crazy how time flies. But the biggest complaint with the S22 for her is just the terrible battery life. It is usually dead at about 1 p.m. every day, and she constantly needs to charge it throughout the day. So with the Galaxy Z Flip 5, she noticed a really big improvement from that perspective. She don't need to charge her phone until 6 p.m. So right off the bat, you're getting 5 extra hours right there with the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 chip. And she's not someone who charges her phone consistently overnight. She uses it as she goes. Whenever it's dead, she'll charge it up. I personally cannot live with that kind of chaos. I charge my phone at night to 100%. Next day, I begin my day fully charged. That way I can track and monitor, see how my battery life lasts, and not get anxiety when my phone is at low battery. But kudos to her for living that lifestyle. But regardless, the Galaxy Z Flip 5 was a big battery life improvement for her. And the S22 is a 6.1-inch display, despite the Z Flip 5 being able to fold into a smaller form factor. When you open it up, it is actually a pretty large display at 6.7, so close to 7 inches, and that is pretty noticeable for her just in terms of watching videos, and that is something she does enjoy, having a bigger screen. And before using the S22, she was using the Galaxy S20, which was actually a slightly bigger phone at 6.2 inches, and the Galaxy S22, they bumped it down to 6.1. Either way, 6.1, 6.2, not that noticeable, but the jump from 6.1 all the way to 6.7 inches made a great experience for her just watching videos. And she does appreciate the fact that the phone is smaller. You can fold it up when you're not using it. Although she does mention that she forget that it is a folding phone, so a lot of times she just leaves it open while she's using the phone. And one of the first things she did notice when using the Galaxy Z Flip 5 is that there are only 2 cameras on the back compared to her S22 that has 3 cameras in the back. So you are already missing the 3x camera. You get the wide angle, you get the regular camera, but you don't get that deeper zoom. So she was disappointed to see that the Z Flip 5 actually has a worse camera than the Galaxy S22, so I had to break that to her right off the bat. And for me personally, every time I get a new phone, the best part of getting a new phone is actually unboxing the phone, even though I know exactly what I'm going to get inside. Just a new phone feeling, opening it up, popping up the SIM card, putting it into the new phone. I really enjoyed that part of getting a new phone, but for her, it was actually a really stressful process. She actually took the SIM card ejector and jabbed it on top of the phone, which is actually a mic. Luckily, there wasn't any damage or anything like that. But hey, things that are obvious to me and most tech enthusiasts may not be obvious to everyday people, especially every phone. The SIM card tray is placed in different areas, and I'm pretty sure Samsung had thought this through, because even on the bottom of the Galaxy S22, they got the SIM card tray right here and the mic right there. And I don't think she's the first person to stab the wrong one, although somehow she managed to stab the top mic. I have no idea how it happened. Actually, I was there to supervise, but apparently I wasn't paying attention at the time. But anyways, she finally figured out how to swap the SIM card tray into a new phone. Apparently, not everyone enjoys setting up a new phone like me. After a while, I did take over. I thought she would enjoy the unboxing experience, but she did not. She thought I was torturing her by making her go through that process. So I took over from there to help set up, transfer all the data, the messages over as well using the Samsung Smart Switch. And it was actually a really clunky process. And because she has so much data, the Galaxy Z Flip 5 we have is actually a 500 gig phone, and her S22 is a 200 gig phone. And apparently she has over 18,000 messages over the last 2 years, I guess dating back to her Galaxy S20. And when we try to transfer all of those messages over, it actually keep freezing. So it would take hours that we thought it was still transferring, but it froze midway through. So the whole transfer process actually took us half a day, if not more, just to move everything over. And we eventually had to come to a compromise and just transfer over the last 30 to 60 days of data and messages compared to 2 years. Apparently, even though Samsung gave you that option, it does not work well. And even after you move everything over to the new phone, all the apps and everything is there. In theory, they all do move over, but you still have to individually log into every single app again. And she find that part to be very frustrating, trying to figure out all her password, going through the two-factor authentication. She has Google Authenticator on her S22. Luckily, I did not immediately factory reset her S22 because she needed that to access the files on her new phone. And even a week later, she's still finding random things that she needs from her S22. And just from her experience of using the Galaxy Z Flip 5, she noticed that are some occasional lag stutter and just app responsiveness. Maybe it's just her not used to the aspect ratio, or just the apps not mapping out perfectly, is being stretched out a little bit more than it would typically be compared to the standard 6.1-inch phone. It's not something that I personally noticed, but she did complain about that a few times. Keyboard typing is off for her as well. I think because the phone is longer, skinnier, and more narrow, so maybe she's just not used to the finger placements. So that could be a part of her complaints regarding typing on the keyboard. We did switch her over to the SwiftKey keyboard. That is also my preferred keyboard choice. So overall, she likes the Galaxy Z Flip 5 just for the larger screen, the excellent battery life. She's not wowed by the phone overall, however. It does the job. She's slightly disappointed in the camera, but it's not something that it is a huge life-changing event for her. Alright guys, there you have it. I hope you guys find this video to be interesting, or at least fun to see. I personally found it to be enjoyable just to see phone reviews from actually normal people, unlike maniacs like me who switch my phone every 30 days and enjoy doing all this stuff. But even though I switch my phone so often, I try to keep everything to a minimum. I have my Galaxy S20 as my main phone that I use to record videos. I have all my banking apps and everything like that on that one main phone. And I think it's easier for me that way. Whenever I switch to a phone, I don't want to have to log into every single banking app, do two-factor authentication and everything, and move everything over. I like to keep it as simple as possible. So that has always been my trick, just to deal with the madness of switching phones so often. And part of the reason why I don't like to use cases is because I change phones so often. That's not very beneficial for me, and it's not economical for me to buy a new case for every single phone that I switch to. Alright guys, thank you for watching. If you want something that is slightly more technical and the full review on the Galaxy Z Flip 5 from my perspective, make sure to check out my video below. Also check out my Pixel 8 review as well. I just finished concluding that. If you notice any questions, thoughts, or concerns, anything else you guys want me to cover, remember to like and subscribe, and see you guys in the next video.